do want to say, guys, hopefully the quality of the stream today is A++. We are streaming in a beautiful 6,000 kilobits. Or kilobytes. I think it's kilobytes, actually, not kilobits. So it should be nice and shiny today. You should have my face in lovely 1080, 60 FPS. Although we're watching a YouTube video, which is going through Twitch, which is, yeah. The quality of that's always a bit iffy. Okay, we're back on Control Center. We had a bit of a rough start on this map last time, but hey, maybe it'll go better. Oh man, that I need to go, and we need to... That's beautiful. That sums up last game. There we go. Alfara let us down. That's what she's saying.
Death walks among you.
Did this man just do a fucking Reaper? What the fuck? So we're capturing this on stream.
Death walks among you.
We've got a real life Reaper in the game, ladies and gents. Okay. Oh god, he's wheezing to death now. So our DPS, okay, this team lineup is not something I like at all. It's because we have no reliable mid-range DPS. So our team lineup right now is Reaper Pharah. Pharah's okay at mid-range, but not reliable, not what I consider reliable hit scan DPS. I think we have a Roadhog Zarya with Reaper, and Mercy Lucio. Okay. The Reaper, if they run heavy dive, the Reaper could pay off. But if they just decide to stand back a little bit, we could be in a lot of trouble.
Back.
Everyone is purple. Again, this is another, like, this is part of why Anna is so freaking good, is because she can make people purple. Luckily, the team does a good job, just pulls back. Definitely pick up this Roadhog. I like the fact that we swapped to Zeta as well. Like, we have a decision point here, where we look. This is just a nice illustration of a good concept. So Roadhog is over here, and he's low. Zeta is over here, and he's low. Who do we heal, ladies and gents? Well, the answer is pretty fucking obviously Zeta. I mean, he's on lower hit points overall, but even if he was on like half, Zeta is still the right choice here. The reason is simple. Nothing is really going to nuke this Roadhog to death at this point. He's near a health pack, which is over this way. He can look after his own healing. Meanwhile, Zeta will take 2 seconds to top off, and then he'll be back in the fight, dealing damage, shooting people, gunning people down with rockets, feeling pretty fucking good. So, yeah, we definitely want to, like, when we see this, I like the fact that we swap. Let's pick that back up. Roadhog is trying to push in a little bit too ham without healing himself. Oh, for God's sake, he just walks in without a tank and dies. Feels bad, man. And it's kind of obvious, something isn't quite working here. We have a very close range team, but we're not winning close range fights. Why is that, ladies and gentlemen? The answer, they have an Anna. He throws a single grenade, you guys can't block it, you lose. It's literally that simple. Luckily we have res, we should be letting the team know. That was not a good movement. We were okay-ish being here, but there's a fight happening here. When we dash this way, then we're just exposing ourselves to more and more damage. We should find somewhere where we can try and stay out of damage for a second or two. Keep our healing up. Instead we like dash towards the danger and end up dying, which hurts.
Welcome to Overwatch, mon chéri.
Rosemobile, welcome to the many, friendo. Good timing. Good timing during a break. Well, a slight small coffee break. You notice the Reaper just can't get near enough. Good. Yes. Okay. Whew. Okay, we're fine. Someone has follow-up, I'm sure. No. Roadhog, maybe. Oh, God. No, there's just no follow-up. It's a really good job by us, though. Holy shit. Okay. Let's talk about what just happened. So, this is when you are going... So, let's get to the exact moment. Because this is quite fun. So, we're trying to regroup. And this is the second where you go, please, for the love of God, let this Genji be terrible. And lo, Genji was terrible. So, let's talk about this from the Genji's point of view, because it's actually kind of an interesting topic. But he had the perfect opportunity. here. Like, he's dashing into position. He's looking our way. This guy is fucking on. He's... You know, this is the Genji right now. He's got his fucking tac visor. Well, he's not got his tac visor. He's got his nano boost on. He's got his really cool headset on. He's got a big frowny face. He's drawing his sword. He's looking like a cool motherfucker. And he can see Mercy. And as Mercy, we're going... Ugh, okay. In this situation, if Genji just dashes and left-clicks us once, we die. Basically. The Zarya fires a Graviton Surge. And Genji, luckily for us, shifts his priority. And he shifts his priority for a long time, where he gets a kill, and then doesn't instantly track on us. Because all, again, he has to do is hit us with a dash, which is hit scan, and then slash afterwards. Very easy to do in Nano Blade. Very, very easy to do. If he does that, and just ignores this Zarya, and ignores the Roadhog, which is what he should be doing, we win. Instead, he opts to go for a second slash, kill the Zarya, that doesn't even need killing. This Zarya is already dead, so he has to come kill us. He doesn't. As a result, he runs out of Dragon Blade. We dash in. He only hits us once. We doesn't get the dash on us for some weird reason. And then we res to stay immortal, stay alive, pick up the entire team. Now, what's the unfortunate situation is our team has no follow-up at the moment, aside from a whole hog. So it just kind of goes and just it falls apart. But as Genji, like, it is the mistake of, like, and I've done this myself, because you sort of panic and you want to get as many kills as possible.
Welcome
but
to
trading
Thought I missed that their tongue. Keep up the fun times, chat and dome.
Thank you, Multile. It is appreciated. When you're in a situation where like 4 people on their team are potentially going to die anyway, and there is a Mercy who is safe and away from their team, the Mercy is still probably the higher value target. Because your team can probably still handle that. And you have this urge, this panic of like, oh my god, I've got to get as many kills as possible. I've got to do it. There's all these kills, they're on a fucking platter. I will just scoop them up quickly and then maybe get the Mercy. But if instead you get the Mercy and then you get 1 or 2 kills, it is way more likely to win the team fight outright. Because I have seen it time and time again where it's almost like a bait, where it's like they use Graviton, Nano Boost, Dragon Blade and don't get the Mercy. Res. And if you think about that in terms of like, you know, if I think in graphs, if you think about it in terms of like team power, you know, their team is all the way up here, where let's just say they have 6 ultimates. And let's say, for sake of argument, your team has 1 ultimate. Okay? And their team just decides to like throw 3 and just does this huge drop in power. And then you come along and you just use this 1 ultimate. And sure, you've lost the 1 ultimate, but their dip is so fucking enormous compared to yours that the trade is just instant value. And so, if you're in a situation where 1 ultimate is counteracting your 3, you should get rid of the thing that's going to use that 1 ultimate and counteract it.
I'm already dead.
The Genji wanted gold damage, exactly. If your team, like if you still had the Reaper, for example, and Reaper had his ultimate and just pressed Q and everyone was wrapped around him, that fight could have ended instantly, for example. I mean, the Reaper is there, but he didn't have his ultimate or something, I don't know. Wasn't doing anything. We have a soldier now, which is slightly better. But honestly, the thing that this team lineup needs is, more than anything, is a Reinhardt, in my opinion. Ditch the Zarya, get a Reinhardt.
I'm going in.
Because right now, what's happening is you're just pushing into an Ana. And it's just going badly. And Jesus, there you have another one. This is really nice positioning by us. Everyone should be dying. Zarya should just die. Die. Thank you. So again, this is where like Zarya should be actually trying to actively run towards the clump, and this is something worth pointing out. You know, this is why I like doing coaching the menu, because it's not only about like the Mercy's play, but it's about playing with a Mercy. And the Zarya should actively be trying to run to the corpse pile and like, please kill me, please, 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 because I know that we have this fucking huge res going to come out and get play of the game and take it away from the shitlord Genji who threw away his nano blade. And then we just pick up all these guys and feel really nice about ourselves. If the Zarya, like, I've seen people do this, where, like, the Zaryas sometimes will barrier. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Just die! It is an important skill to learn in Overwatch. When to die. And if a fight is lost, it's not a bad idea. Just shit out as much damage as you can, but just try and die.
Good job.
I like our movement. Unfortunately, the Zarya managed to get on top of us, but hey, we're doing okay there. Might be enough to turn it. The one thing I also want to highlight, just before we continue, going even further forward, is just how nice our position is in terms of like, the engage happens and we don't overcommit. Like, I'm not going to lie, this is probably the difference between me and this player, is where I would be probably chasing after the soldier. And I might have ended up in that grab as a result. So I like our restraint here on holding onto this. I mean, I think assuming that the Zarya has grab is like, I imagine that wasn't an assumption, that the Zarya built up another Graviton Surge so extremely quickly. But hey, she managed it. And it's nice that we get all this value as a result. Genji gets nano boosted, but nano boosted Genji with no blade is not scary. He's not a burst character without. Okay. Now we can come back and now we can focus on healing. So this gives me a nice opportunity probably to talk about like gameplay flow in terms of like how you should be thinking. So it's not dissimilar to a lot of ultimate based heroes, a lot of heroes with a lot of power tied up in their ultimate, where we are just, right now we're just trying to keep people alive, focus on most of our healing on the tanks, let Lucio handle any small DPS, but try and just keep the tanks topped up as much as possible. If large chunks of damage start coming in, then we start focusing more on healing. Otherwise we should probably be, you know, checking who should be damage amp. Well, Soldier is an obvious choice. Zarya, if she's on high charge, is also a very good choice. Roadhog, when he lands a hook, is also a very good choice. Reaper, if he's in close range as well, not too bad. So we have actually quite a number of good options here. I'm fine with us just keeping this Roadhog up. Ooh, that Roadhog, so, like, this is why I say we should have a Reinhardt, because that Ana grenade should have, by all rights, hit that guy and he should be dead. Instead we can keep that alive. I like the fact that we scooped out the South Pack. Don't like the fact that we're running into the Graviton Surge. Honestly, I would have been tempted to pull out my gun here. Like, fucking nail this guy. Nail this bitch. Like, we can honestly, in this position, do more damage than most of our team is doing. It's not really going to change the fact that the Winston's on our arsehole. We can't do anything about that until we actually get around this corner, and even then, where are we going to go? That Winston can't really get to us. Like the fact that we managed to find the Roadhog. What we should be doing, we should be, every time the Genji dashes on us, we just bounce away. Guardian Angel's 2-second cooldown, dash requires a kill. As long as she's not killing anything, we can always get away from it. Getting rid of, killing Mercy with Dragon Blade is actually a little bit tricky, because she's not going to ever be in range for 2 swipes. That's why Nano Blade is so important for it, because you can do it without using 2 swipes. You can do it with a dash and a swipe, so she has no time to guide in it. Guardian Angel. Otherwise, this is nice positioning for us. I'd like to see us stay more to the left. We should be telling the team, like, fight on point, because right now they are so far away from us that if we try to res, we wouldn't be able to get it. We want to be very careful with our positioning here, though. Luckily, the Genji fucked off. I like how... Thank you for including the annotation and doing my job. Yes, you are correct. Jumping down here was a huge error.
If you rest me, I got my ult. Oh shit.
So I was not resurrecting here, yes. You are already in a situation where you're going to die, resurrect. Resurrect will also just keep you alive, which is nice now. Actually worth pointing out that if it is, like, in a situation like this where it's going to be the final fight, in all of these fights a final fight, if people do this more during Coach of the Many, it's great, actually. Yeah, we should be staying up here and waiting and waiting and waiting. We should be telling, like, the Zarya and the Reaper to pull back. And, like, the team should be trying to draw towards where we are. Because they can't get to us. The only thing that can get to us is the Genji, and Genji's already buggered off, so he's not an issue. So yeah, jumping down here. What I imagine is happening is this mistake is like our mistake, but it's a trickle effect from this mistake. Where someone's been caught out all the way over here when we have a res on the point, so you should be fighting and dying on the point. We're trying to get over to where we can perhaps support these guys, and as such, we're throwing our life away. It's absolutely correct as well that, you know, we are so low here that we should probably just be firing this res. Keeps us alive, means that we have a chance to come back into this fight. The ideal is getting the 2 res, but even just 1 res because we're not going to have a chance to use it next fight. Like, there is no next fight, so you're just using it is perfectly fine. And I would say this is actually a very important aspect. Is I've seen this happen a lot on like Hanamura, for example, second point, these big open arenas where it's very hard to find somewhere to hide as Mercy, or it's easy to like get found as Mercy, and suddenly you're ping-ponging throughout the battle, and like if two people die and people are on your tail and you're dropping low, don't be afraid to just press Q, pick up those two people and give yourself immortality. Because if you're just going to potentially get bursted down anyway, there is no point wasting. You would rather just stay in the fight, stay alive, ruin all the focus that they're putting on you by just giving yourself time to be healed back up, and then you can just continue the fight from there. And if someone rages, you just tell them, sod off, I was going to die anyway, I had to use it. Oh, it's a close game. We need to actually really start zipping on this final point though, because I do want to cover another game. That one will be a lot shorter, but the difference is night and day. I mean, this, being fair, is like someone who's about to hit Grandmaster. And I'd say they're playing pretty well. Like, they are very conservative with the Mercy, and there hasn't been too many fights where they've been found, which is what I'd really like to see. Ah. And support isn't just a thing that you know, support isn't just a healing thing, it's also an ego massage, basically. And actually with dive comp fire is way better. Like, this to me is like tanky dive-ish, kind of. It's kind of weird. Anyway, making a point. We haven't had too many places where, you know, we've had to dash around fights too much. I would like to see that a bit more. Oh god, that poor Winston. I love the ragdolls in this. He just goes flopping all over the place. I like the fact that we're actually getting out of there though and trying to help our Farah. Just want to be a little bit careful, so I'm fine with us jumping back, especially once the Anna hits us. It's like, okay, oh, we need to be a little bit careful. Let's just drop down here. Keep everyone alive, but try and keep the damage output high. Ooh, wow. What? I think that goes under Zarya. I'm sorry, oh! How close that is. Jesus. Jesus. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. After losing the initial Winston, this is always a bit of a difficult fight, and this is Zeta just... Of course they're gonna focus you. You're a Farah with nothing distracting them. Let's try and... Ooh, I don't like the fact that we're going in even further when they have so much AoE. Okay, let's talk about what's happening here. I mean, honestly, I think we would have been fine not dashing onto the point here. We don't need to actually be on the point. We could have quite easily just gone this way, like past the pause area here. Let's rip. Like, past this mess, walk over a corpse and just stand over here. It means that the Winston has to make a decision of whether or not to come out this way, and if he does, then we can just jump in and, like, go that way. Otherwise, they're so focused on our team, they probably won't even notice the Mercy healing. The fact that we've run in here, Mercy, especially when she's Guardian Angels, puts out her big, nice, glowy... let's go to this screen. Like, these things behind me, like, these fucking glowy things, and it's like, it's a big beacon saying, hello, I'm here, my name's Mercy, I'm the heal fairy, and then everyone goes, kill that bitch, and then you die. Feels bad. Penis tombstone, it's not a penis, it's a tombstone. And then we end up in this situation where they're just like, Winston's all over us, and we don't get a moment's rest, basically. Luckily, we do manage to, like, squeeze our way back out, and Winston, for some reason, loses track of us, which is great. We should be getting onto the point here. This is not a fight we win. There we go. Let's go cuddle Roadhog. He can help us here. Roadhog is our savior in this situation. Like, if Winston's harassing you, you go, there's Roadhog. I'm going to dash to him because he's big, strong, and fat and can blow Winston's stupid head off. That's what we want. That's what you want in a man. When he can destroy your enemies who are killing you with lightning. Okay. Good job. Good job surviving that. Bad job by their team for not murdering the shit out of you. Cuddle piggy. Cuddle piggy. I like that. They've just used a lot of resources. I'm fine with us playing very conservatively around this. We should not be doing this. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about this movement. Because people feel fancy when they do stuff like this. I guarantee you, not a single thought in this Lucio's head is thinking, My Mercy's just throwing herself off a cliff. I need to stay in line of sight, or she's just going to die with resurrect. It is immensely possible that this Lucio just somehow ends up dashing in here super fast, and you just go, Honestly, because we have sound barrier, we would have been fine just tucking in here. And just, like, this Winston, what the fuck's he gonna do? We have 450 hit points. It's gonna take him forever to kill us. Like, we can't even juke this. Luckily, like, I think Lucio almost gets him knocked off, which is fine, but hey. Like, we don't need to do that sort of thing. Just for the sake of sanity, don't, because when it works, great, you look pretty cool. When it fails, you completely fuck your team sometimes. Luckily, we didn't need to res, but hey. Worth mentioning. Again, G resets, perfectly fine. And the last thing you want to do, by the way, is shout at a Pharah who's busy in combat, going, "Come to the edge, come to the edge, come to the edge." Which edge? The one at the back towards our spawn. Oh, no, you don't want to be doing that. Is this the dank barrage? Let it die. There we go. I'll be fine pressing Q here, to be honest. Good. Everyone's already on full health. And the nice thing about doing this is we take like a quick survey of the battle, and it's like, yeah, you're fine, you're okay enough. You know, you're not in any real danger. I'm getting slammed here anyway. We got 2 DPS, we got 2 important people down. We've already got some value off the barrage, we got the Ana. This is enough to swing the fight. So I'm fine with that, and especially now because we can go and we can heal the Lucio, who was getting molested and is probably about to die. Oh! Oh! Nice shot, Zeta. Luckily the Lucio survives, whole hog comes out. Good, 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 good. Just keep an eye on the Pharah. As long as we keep dashing to the Pharah, Winston's never going to kill us in this form. Winston's not going to kill anything in this form unless we get punched out the window, which we're still okay with. Just like a really minor tip at this point. If your Pharah's doing this, and if like Pharah or Winston is doing this, don't dash all the way and stand like on top of them. Because all you're doing now is you're pushing them off. And Zeta has to like fidget and try and stay safe. We don't have to actually do this sort of thing. This is a little bit of a preemptive. I get why you did it, but... You're good. Okay, no, it's fine. They used it first. Okay, that's a fine sound barrier then. Using sights. We need... I'd like to double check before committing to that guy named Angel. Like... You're good. Let me turn up the volume so you guys can hear what I'm hearing.
I'm fine.
So we know that something is going on over here. Like, that's where it sounded like it's coming from to me. Like, this area over here is where Soldier 76 is. So I'm a bit wary of our dashing towards the Pharah, who, frankly, if Soldier is, like, down here, and Pharah comes over here, all the Mercy healing in the world ain't gonna save him. This is a dead Pharah. If he's in here, then okay. I'd like for us to double-check where the Soldier is. Think he's down here? Yeah, he's down there. Like, let Pharah kill herself with that.
Okay.
And just to make it absolutely clear, where would I have gone? I would have probably... Just probably followed the Zarya, just stuck with the Zarya, or definitely not committed to the full distance here. And just maybe try and put a slight bit of healing, but this is just crazy. We die so fast if Soldier looks at us. So fast. And now we're just stuck with a Winston.
Shoot! Sorry.
And Zeta throws the game by barraging. And they lose. No. I think I respoiled it at the start, the result. Otherwise, regroup. Like, we just gotta wait up at the choke. No one engages too hard. Let's pick that monkey back up. Definitely pick that monkey back up before we can go. Here we go, we have a res. We'll be staying nice and back. Winston being annoying. But as long as we're out of range, we're feeling fine. Let's just stick with Pharah. Poor Lucio's getting killed. Let's stop healing. Whoa. Stop healing. No. Okay. This is something that you'll hear Eevee talk about a lot when you watch Eevee. When you have a res, don't think of it like having a... don't think of your healing as actual healing. Think of your healing as a way to control the rate at which people die. Which sounds strange. But what we want is as many people dead at the same time as possible. Once this Lucio has died, he has started a countdown. Okay, we have a countdown effect in progress. As long as people are dying before this Lucio's entire timer goes all the way around, it's good. The fact that he is so low is actually good. What we want is other people to be dying pretty much at the same time. So we want this Winston, for example, to be jumping in. We want the Pharah to be coming in and dying. Once this Lucio is down, we want Roadhog to be down. Because picking up Lucio is actually a huge value swing in terms of he's providing healing, he's providing, he could be providing a sound barrier at some point. He's just a big value target to pick up. And so when the Roadhog dies, we get the res off, and now we can focus on being more active in the fight. And you notice, because there's this confused staggering of deaths, and again, this is where our calls are ridiculously important as well. This is where, as Mercy, like, one of the most important calls you can make is a death call, and just say, please die, please die, please die, please die. Because I don't think this Winston knows what he should be doing, or how quickly he should be doing, and if he's clear on the fact that, like, why has he got, if this bubble didn't go on him, if we call die as fast as you can, and this bubble doesn't go on him, Winston dies now. Rather than surviving 2 seconds longer and then not dying. And it's why these calls are so important. Luckily, you know, Winston isn't integral to the next fight. We've got a good wombo combo, we've got Grav, we've got Whole Hog. We got the kills anyway. I will say, like, the Mercy play is fine. The biggest thing, by far, and I know you said that, like, you know, the recording doesn't record our calls. But the biggest thing by far is just we should be making calls. We should be making calls. We should be telling people when to die when we have res, what our position is. Are we safe? Are we unsafe? Where should people die? We should be providing these bits of information that are very relevant to the fight. It's such an important thing. As a result, though, we win and a new Grandmaster is born. Angel earns her wings. Okay, we're not actually